Hey everyone, welcome back to English Power Day. I'm your host, Jack, and this is the place where we learn English through real-life topics. Our channel is designed especially for English learners. We speak clearly and at a slower pace, so you can easily follow along. In each episode, we dive into interesting discussions about psychology, lifestyle, work, relationships, and many other issues that affect our daily lives. Not only will you improve your English, but you will also gain practical insights to handle life's challenges. Plus, we always include a repeat after me section to help you practice useful phrases right away. If you find our content helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to English Power Day, and share this video with your friends who are learning English. Let's get started. Today we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us: procrastination. We're going to talk about how to break the habit of putting things off. Now, you might be thinking, it's no big deal. I just work better under pressure. But here's the hard truth. Chronic procrastination isn't just a time management issue. It's a silent dream killer. It steals your potential, increases your stress, and over time, it can seriously damage your confidence and the trust people have in you. Let me give you a powerful example. Think about the famous writer Herman Melville. After his masterpiece, Moby Dick, was published, it wasn't an immediate success. In fact, it was a critical failure. Melville was so devastated by the criticism that he fell into a deep depression. He started procrastinating on his next projects. He would endlessly research, sharpen his pencils, and rearrange his desk, doing everything except the actual writing. For decades, he delayed his own work. He had more great stories in him, but because he couldn't push past the fear and the habit of delay, many of them never saw the light of day. It's a tragic example of how procrastination can silence a brilliant voice for years, even a lifetime. Or maybe we don't need to look that far. Maybe you know someone like my college roommate, Mike. Mike was brilliant, always getting top marks on exams. But he had this terrible habit of waiting until the last minute. One semester, he had to write a final 20-page paper for his history class. He had 3 months to do it. 3 months. But week after week, he found excuses. I'm too tired. I'll start fresh on Monday. I need to clean my room first to focus. The night before the deadline finally arrived, he stayed up for 24 hours straight, fueled by energy drinks, and threw something together. He passed barely, but he got a C. His professor's feedback said the ideas were great, but the arguments were underdeveloped and full of mistakes. Mike sacrificed an A, sacrificed his sleep, and sacrificed his peace of mind just because he couldn't start. That one choice didn't just affect his grade. It chipped away at his own belief in his abilities. Maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you have a big project due, or a personal goal you want to achieve. You know you need to start. You sit down at your desk. But instead of beginning, you pick up your phone. Just for 5 minutes, you tell yourself. Then you check social media. Then you watch one video, then another. Soon, hours have passed. And that heavy feeling in your chest? That's the weight of the undone task. You feel guilty, you feel anxious, but you still can't make yourself move. Why? Because deep down, it's not about being lazy. It's about a fear of failure, a fear of not doing it perfectly. We want the result, but we're afraid of the messy, difficult process of getting there. So we seek comfort in small distractions, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. The real problem isn't the lack of time. It's the lack of starting. So if that sounds familiar, here's the good news. Right now, let's talk about exactly how to beat procrastination. I'm going to show you some simple steps we can practice together so you can finally start getting things done. All right, let's break this habit once and for all. The first step is to catch the trigger. Stop the click. Now you repeat. What does that mean? It means the moment you feel the urge to escape a task, you need to pause. That urge is a trigger. It's your brain looking for a quick hit of dopamine, usually from your phone. So, the moment you think, "Ooh, this report is boring, let me just check Instagram," you stop. You physically put your hands on the table. You don't reach for the phone. Imagine this. You sit down at your desk to start writing an important email. The cursor is blinking at you. Suddenly, you feel your hand twitch toward your phone. It's a physical feeling. In that split second, you catch yourself. You say out loud, "No." That's the trigger. Instead of grabbing the phone, you just sit on your hands for 5 seconds. You look at the blinking cursor. You've just broken the automatic habit loop. Or, picture this. You're a student, and you open your textbook to study for a big exam. You read one sentence and your eyes dart to the laptop notification. New message from Nay 2:1. Your finger is on the trackpad, ready to click. At that exact moment, you catch the trigger. You close the laptop lid for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. You look back at the book. You stopped the click. The next step is to master the 5-minute lie. Now you repeat. Here's the truth. Your brain is a terrible predictor of the future. When you look at a big task, your brain panics and screams. This will take forever. It will be painful. So we trick it. We tell ourselves a small lie. We only commit to working on it for 5 minutes. That's it. Anyone can do anything for 5 minutes. For example, you need to clean your entire garage. It's a disaster zone. Just looking at it makes you tired. So you tell yourself, I am not cleaning the garage. I am just going to go in there and throw away this one empty water bottle for 5 minutes. You walk in. You throw the bottle away. Now you see another piece of trash. Well, I'm already here, you think. 5 minutes later, a small corner is clean. The momentum has started. Another example. You have to write a 10-page paper. It's overwhelming. So, you lie to yourself. You say, I'm just going to open a document and write one terrible sentence for 5 minutes. Just one sentence. You open the doc. You write, this paper is about, and you stop. But then, the next idea pops into your head. You write another sentence. Suddenly, 5 minutes have passed. And you have a paragraph. The hardest part, starting, is done. You've mastered the lie. Now, we need to prevent the perfect plan trap. Now you repeat. Procrastinators love to plan. It feels like work, but it's not. It's just anxiety in disguise. You don't need the perfect plan. You need a messy start. The goal is not to have a clear path. The goal is to take the first step, even if it's the wrong one. Think about wanting to get in shape. You spend 3 hours researching the perfect workout plan, the best diet, the right shoes. You make a spreadsheet. You spend a week getting ready to start on Monday. That's procrastination. The solution is to stop planning. Just drop to the floor and do one push-up right now. That's it. One messy, imperfect push-up. Action kills the planning paralysis. Or you want to start a YouTube channel. You spend months thinking about the perfect intro, the perfect lighting, the perfect name. You never film anything. Instead, just pull out your phone right now and record a 10-second ugly video of yourself talking about your cat. It will be bad. That's the point. You've started. You can't edit a blank page. And finally, the most important step. Forgive yourself and reload. Now you repeat. You will slip up. You will have a day where you do nothing. You will fall back into the old habit. Most people take that failure as proof that they are lazy and give up. The successful person says, okay, that happened. Now, let's reload. Imagine you're on a diet to be healthier. You have a bad day and eat an entire pizza. The old you would say, well, I ruined my diet. I might as well eat junk food for the rest of the week. That's the procrastination spiral. The new way is to forgive yourself immediately. You say, that pizza was delicious. Now, for my next meal, I will have a salad. You reload the game and start the next level fresh. You promised yourself you would work on a project at 3 p.m. But at 3 p.m., you watched YouTube videos instead. It's now 4 p.m. You feel guilty. Don't wallow in it. Don't wait until tomorrow to try again. Forgive yourself for the last hour and start working at 4:01 p.m. Reload. The moment you forgive yourself, you take the power away from the guilt, and you can move forward. So, let's quickly review the weapons we have to fight this fight. First, we catch the trigger, stop the click. Then we master the 5-minute lie. We must prevent the perfect plan trap. And finally, we always forgive yourself and reload. Now, let's lock them in. Repeat after me. Catch the trigger. Stop the click. Now you repeat. Master the 5-minute lie. Now you repeat. Prevent the perfect plan trap. Now you repeat. Forgive yourself and reload. Now you repeat. Good. These are your new tools. Keep them in your pocket. Now we've covered the core system for beating procrastination. But here on English Power Day, we know that taking action is only half the battle. The other half is building the language skills to think, speak, and express these ideas powerfully in English. So, right now, I'm going to share some practical English learning techniques that will help you master vocabulary, improve your pronunciation, and speak more naturally. First, surround yourself with spoken English as much as possible. And by that, I mean listen to content that is designed for learners. Our channel English Power Day is a perfect example. We speak at a slower pace, so you can catch every word. We use everyday language about work relationships and life topics that actually matter to you. This way, you're not just learning grammar rules, you're learning how real people speak in real situations. Here is a technique I recommend. When you watch our videos, try this 3-step method. First, just listen and try to understand the main idea. Don't worry about the details. Second, watch again and read the subtitles. Notice how the words are pronounced and how phrases are connected. Third, and this is the most important part, pause after each sentence and repeat out loud. Copy my intonation and rhythm. This is called shadowing, and it trains your mouth muscles to form English sounds naturally. Another tip is to be consistent, but keep it short. You don't need to study for 2 hours every day. 15 to 20 minutes of focused listening and repeating is much more effective. And because our videos include built-in repetition exercises, you can learn actively without getting bored. The key is to make English a small but daily part of your life. Maybe listen to one of our episodes during your morning coffee or right before bed. Also, don't be afraid to make mistakes. I know it sounds cliché, but it's true. When you try to speak, even if you get the words wrong, you're training your brain to think in English. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. So whenever you hear a useful phrase in our videos, say it to yourself later in the day. Use it in a fake conversation. Make it yours. I want to be honest with you. I know learning English can feel frustrating sometimes. Maybe you've tried before and felt like you weren't getting anywhere. Or you understand what you read, but when someone speaks fast, you freeze. Maybe you know the words, but when it's your turn to speak, they just won't come out. I've been there too with my own language learning. That feeling of being stuck is so common. But here is the truth. You are making progress even when it doesn't feel like it. Every time you listen to an episode, every time you repeat a phrase out loud, you are building a stronger foundation. It's like exercise. You don't see the muscle after one workout, but after weeks of small efforts, you suddenly realize you can do more than before. The same happens with English. One day you'll be watching a movie or talking to someone, and you'll understand without translating in your head. That day is coming if you keep going, so please don't give up. You have already taken a huge step by being here today. You are investing in yourself, and that matters. English is not about being perfect. It's about connecting with people and expressing who you are. And you can do that. I truly believe in you. Thank you for joining me on English Power Day. I'm Jack, and my goal is to help you build your English skills step by step with real topics and practical phrases. If this video helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. And if you know someone who is also learning English, share this video with them. Together, we can make English a powerful part of our daily lives. Keep practicing, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.